Hello everyone, welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here today with just a little Thrifty Thursday, Thrifty Canucks thrift haul video. Check my description below to see the channels that organize those YouTube collabs. So what I have for you today is small but really cool. So this will also be like a little sneak peek to my Patreons for the Journal Together Club. This will be probably for February, some of these images. I went to one of my favorite places that I get cabinet cards, and I got a little cabinet card haul. So the first one is this beauty. Isn't she just lovely? She's very lovely. And then another, maybe more serious lady here. She kind of means business. I love her collar and earrings. Her hair is really cool. This one is from Wells River, Vermont. And this one has this Barron and Walker, Sarnia, Ontario on back. I forgot to show you the back. Some of them don't have particularly cool backings, but this one, of this lady, she's got her foot resting there on a slice of a tree stump, and she's sitting at a very ornately carved desk. This one, it is C.R. Fundy, photographer, Berlin, Ontario. And then this one, this lady is wearing this really cool striped dress. I need to give this a little bit of a clean. It's got a little gunk on it. We'll fix that up though. And the back is like all written on. I'm not even sure if that's in English. I don't believe it is. Some of these are from Germany also. This one has nothing on the back, but it is from Woodstock, Ontario. And look at her hat. Isn't that interesting? I can't tell if that's like a mink or fur or something, but it's quite elaborate. It almost looks like she has a turkey on her head. I don't know. And then we have this little one in this very interesting chair. This is one of those kind of overblown photos that got, you know, underexposed. It's from Brockville, Ontario. I just thought it was really lovely though. The chair really makes the image. And then a tin type of this beautiful. She's got the flapper waves in her hair. Another tin type. This one is got this beautiful, like, see these are like little tuck kind of areas that the photo tucks into. And it's also quite pretty. Really love this. It's very Art Nouveau feeling. And then this is one of those kind of envelope style kind of tucks on both ends. It's also a tin type of this family from Guelph, Ontario. Same style of this one, these two little kids. This one is from Woodstock, Ontario, from Asselstein Photography. Really nice embossing, and he's just kind of interesting looking. Just an interesting guy. And then this old couple here with this weathered frame. Then we have a larger one of this. I'm not sure if they're father and daughter or if they're a couple. I'm not sure. I love the shape of these ones. LeClaire, Jackson, Michigan. And I just love the shape. I also think she's quite an interesting looking woman. The collar looks so uncomfortable. I feel for these women who had to wear such modest clothing. And then another of a nice shape there. And he looks very, you know, serious, as many people did who were in these photos, because one of the reasons is that photography back then, you know, it took a very long time to capture the image. So you were sitting still for a super long time in this very starched collar. I don't think it would be that hard to lose that smile. And then this is a tin type of a little one standing on a chair maybe, yeah. And it's got a very weathered frame. And a cabinet card. It's got sort of a pinkish hue around it, and it's also underexposed, but very ornate furniture, and he's dressed really interestingly. This is from Fricknow, Ontario. Lucknow, Ontario. Sorry, yes, that makes sense. And this is from Trelevin. I've seen those before, these cabinet cards. They're quite nice. They're cut like with a decal edge. And then another of these tall ones that I quite like. There's some embossing down here, and this is from Galt, Ontario, Canada, from Henderson Photography. Very little tiny star there around this young girl. Hold on one second. I just want to take this sticker off here. There we go. So the back of this one is Millman & Co. Photographers, 41 King Street East, Toronto, Ontario. It says all the old negatives of the late firm are preserved and duplicate copies can be had at any time. And this is her. It's a little creased, but I still picked it up because I quite thought it was lovely. And then we have this one. This woman looks so interesting, but look at the chair. Like, so her dress and the chair, like, look at the Art Deco feel of that chair. Also, the frame and embossing on this is really nice. So yeah, that was the most interesting, I think, one of all of them maybe. And then I found this ledger book. So, you know, I gotta say, these materials are becoming a lot more scarce, and the price is definitely going up. I see many well, not many. I see a few ledger books, but I often scoff at the price, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Nope. It's just craziness. This one, however, is a small one. It's old. It is, I'm not even sure the date. It has a few things in the front, which I haven't gone through. But we have a typewritten letter here from 1943. Church Council, Salem's Church, William Wendler, Secretary, Attica, New York. This is a letter to him. It's a resignation letter. Yeah, resignation letter. This is a tiny little envelope here. Probably, I guess, for money. It says $15 on it. Another typewritten envelope or a letter. Church letter. This is a little handwritten receipt or something like that from 1947. Another envelope. So this is from Attica, New York. It looks like it's going to be a 1947 kind of thing. The Zor Evangelical and Reformed Church, Genesee and Roar Street, Buffalo, New York. 1947. It's like a minutes of a church council meeting. So this is like board meeting kind of notes. I like this piece of paper. Financial report of Salem Church for 1942. Money pledge $729.50. Sunday collections $527.32. The price of the harvest dinner was $21.23. The special gift fund was $15, and the tile Earl Ripstein $2.25. Details of expenses. So they made $551.53 after their expenses that year. We have a handwritten letter from 1941. It's kind of like almost like a diary entry about a board meeting, like he was recording what happened. That's an invoice. An envoice. What was I saying there? I need a nap. Oh my gosh. Another letter that's typed. A little tiny bitty bit. Respectfully. Nice handwriting. I love seeing different handwriting. To whom it may concern. This is a resignation again. Lots of people resigning in this church from the board. Okay, so now we get to the ledger itself. This is the front page. It's got the nice alphabet down the side. There are some normal pages with this alphabet. I don't think there's much of anything written in them, which is fine. Then we get to ledger papers. Now, we have some that are written on and some that are blank. They have those nice stamped numbers up at the top, the page number. So these are just kind of their names and their amounts for payments. Amount and signed payments. So there's lots of paying going on, lots of names being written here for people paying for things in the church. This is 1913. 1914 begins. It looks like a different handwriting now. Another handwriting. Yes, I think a few different people. Yeah, definitely different people. We then have some meeting of church council of 1920. We have some notes being taken about whatever they're doing in the in this council meeting. It's mostly just kind of stuff about like work they want to do on the church, and times they would ask for extra collection money from their church members, I guess. There's a lot of writing here. Things voted to pay $75 to Synod at Salem's quote. I don't know. All sorts of decisions being made here. But these pages are really cool. So we're into 1927 now. Now we have a blue pen being used in 1928. 1929, some notes about a commencement. Council meeting of 1931. 1937. This book really hung around a while. It was like, this is 20 years in. 1941. Yeah, so they had this book in the church for like 50 years. My goodness. It's amazing. 1930. Okay. 1942. Okay, then we have this little postal information. This is probably from the back of the book. And then I think there's probably a bunch of blanks. Oh no. I think these are blanks. Yep, blank pages. I always welcome blank pages because they're great for journal pages. This is 1946. 49. 47. 48. 48. This goes from 1914, I think, or to 1948 so far. And then we have more, maybe blank, 1943. These pages get a little out of order because this has fallen out of its spine. And we have a handwritten meeting notes page. A little, the Heidelberg Press of Philadelphia, a little envelope. Doesn't look like, no, there's nothing inside of it. I keep hoping I will find an old fortune, but it hasn't happened yet. We'll just keep on looking. Another handwritten letter from 1946. Yeah, and then we get to the end here, where we have this envelope, the West New York Synod of the Evangelical and Reformed Church. Attica, New York. There was once $50.45 in here. It has been removed. This is another typewritten letter from 1943. Yeah, so pretty cool. Interest laws and state statutes of limitations. And then the back of the book. So yeah, just a nice kind of old ledger book, you know, not the best, but also not the worst ledger book I've come across. And it was inexpensive, so I'm happy with it. So those are my antique store things that I got for what I would say are like thrift store prices. And how did we get wonky? Sorry, I had you all wonky there for a minute. That's the end of that. So then I have a couple other things, not a lot. The first one's going to scare you. Or should I scare you at the end? I'll scare you at the end. Yeah. So there's this. And, okay. So this is Strong's Book of Designs, originally published in 1917. This is a copy from 2001, but it's really cool. It's got all sorts of C.J. Strong designs in it. This was like, you know, a designer for all different things that were sold. Lettering and, you know, just from a design house. So it's really nice. Got all sorts of cool stuff in it. Great for making journal cards as well as collage type stuff. Yeah. Summer color. Lots of black and whites, but also quite a bit of color. I like this one that says odds and ends. It's cool. Yeah. So that's those. Set that aside. Then I got a collection of a bunch of little doilies. This bag of doilies was 50 cents. And I got it for these. I like these little ones. They're great for cutting apart. There's a big square one and another big square one. Then another little one. So 2 of each of those. Then I got this big long, this is like a runner for a table. So it's like a big long kind of rectangular shape of these. And I think those are quite nice. They're very fine. Starched cotton crochet lace. Okay. Are you sitting down? Are you prepared? Because you're either going to think this is adorable, or you're going to be horrified and terrified. Most people who know me are horrified and terrified. I, however, think it's adorable. It has a little flower and it's here. It's a little chipmunk. So I collect a lot of old toys, vintage toys, antique toys. I specifically have a real love for stuffies with the rubber faces. So he just came into the freezer. He's been, you know, I always freeze my old toys when I buy them at antique stores or thrift stores. I found this at the thrift store because you don't want any kind of buggy friends to come home. It's a plush, right? So this says Canada's finest, reliable, made in Canada, trademark, Able Toy Company Limited, Toronto. So yeah, I thought he was really cool. I love his face. I'm going to do a little more cleaning. I haven't cleaned him fully. I always freeze them first. So I'm going to clean him up, and we're going to try to get his head, I think, to stand up a little bit more. I see he's been stitched here. I can probably open that up if I want to and add a little stiffening so that he can have his head be up and not like flop down like that, because I think that's how it was intended to be. So yeah, he is so cute, and I have to look him up and see like a little more info about him, but that's how I plan to scare you today. And that is my thrift haul. So until next time, as always, I hope the thrifting fairies are with you. Bye for now.